Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's fight with Donald Trump, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, raised a cloud of dust in the United States last week when they called for voting against hate, a message that many interpreted as an attack on the US president. He responded with a sarcastic comment against them. Now that they are starting the new life away from the British royalty, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have just taken a step that until now had not been taken by any member of the monarchy, meddling in the political affairs of another country. And they did it without any reservations, in a message in which, without saying it directly, they supported Joe Biden, who is currently fighting for the presidency of the United States with Donald Trump, an episode that was talked about both in the UK, where members of the royal family are prohibited from talking about politics, and in North American country, where Harry and Meghan decided to start from scratch, reject hate speech, misinformation and negativity on the internet. What we consume, what we expose ourselves to, and what we interact with on the internet has a real effect on all of us, was Harry's verbatim phrase in a video that was screened during the gala of the 100 most influential people in the world, organized every year by Time magazine, one of the most important events in that country, and which may have interpreted as a direct attack on Donald Trump. The president, in fact, didn't remain silent, and the next day he referred to Meghan when a journalist asked him when he thought of the message of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. "I'm not a fan of hers, and she probably already knows it. I'll tell you something you have probably heard by now. I wish Harry the best of luck because he's going to need it." He was not the only one who spoke against them. Corey Lewandowski, one of his former campaign advisors, told the British Daily Mail, "They made Britain great by leaving, so I hope they will do the same with us, the United States." Just like in the UK, Harry's message didn't go down well in his home country either. A source close to the royal family, in fact, told the Daily Mail that the couple had crossed the line, and all because in the agreement that finalized their departure from royalty, they both say they continue to represent the Queen Elizabeth and that they will not do anything that goes against her. And for many, commenting on the policy of another country affects it and a lot. Several English media, in fact, asked Buckingham Palace for a comment about the prince's words, and the response was quite laconic and distant. The Duke is not an active member of the royal family, and any comment that he makes is by the way of personal. The subject remains banal from the outside, but for the British press, it could turn into a diplomatic incident, considering that Harry is a grandson of the head of the state of the UK. In fact, in a column in the conservative newspaper Daily Telegraph, they openly criticized the prince and asked him that if he's going to continue with that attitude, it is better that he renounce his titles. It's one thing for Meghan to show off her political colors, and quite another for Harry to do so. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry told to stay out of US politics ahead of elections. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry have been ordered to stay out of it when it comes to US politics. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry sparked controversy when they released a video urging Americans to vote in the most important US elections. Some viewers took their speech to be in support of Joe Biden, even though they made no mention of either presidential candidate, as they denounce hate speech and misinformation. As a result, some people believe that the former senior royals had become too political following the backlash. Meghan defended her actions and speech, claiming that nothing she said was actually controversial. Royal commentator Lizzie Robinson and Chris Shipp from Royal Rota reflected on this, with Mr. Shipp warning the pair should probably stay out of US elections. While making an appearance at the Fortune Most Powerful Women Summit, the Duchess of Sussex said, "It's about being authentic, and if you look at anything I've said, it's really interesting." It is interesting because what ends up being inflammatory, it seems, is people's interpretation of it. If you listen to what I actually say, is not controversial. Mr. Shipp remarked that the upcoming US presidential elections would prove a very emotional issue for many. He added, "We kind of know where Meghan is with that, but the issue is Harry. Harry and Meghan promised that when they leave the royal family, they would uphold the values of the Queen. One of the Queen's values is being impartial. It is kind of an election that is going to be very bitter and very fraught. Perhaps the advice to Harry and Meghan might have been, or could be, is stay out of it completely." Miss Robinson defended the Duchess of Sussex and noted the scrutiny that she is under any time she speaks. She said, well, anything Harry and Meghan say or do at the moment ends up in the papers. People pore over what they're doing, whether that is from them saying they wanted to leave the royal family or have a private life, and yet here they are, all their comments on the US elections. Anything they do or say is looked at carefully. I think in terms of what is controversial, recently their comments on the US election have been regarded as controversial. Meghan has been interpreted by lots of quarters as showing support for Joe Biden and the upcoming US elections.